for the last like 18 months, but nope, just catching all up.
Yep, do it all now.
Well, I mean, for a long time, Jason was collecting the files, and at some point, we sort of switched over to me, and like it was sort of a slower process, as in like these are the things that Jason is giving up responsibility for step by step by step. So at some point, it just it was like, oh right, now it's all me. I should really get my stuff together and sort of figure it out. But today was the day.
I try to name my files very specifically. I hope that helps.
It does. I mean,
There's
as long
a
as you're
system
naming
that
the data
renames
on
it
there.
all.
All right. We are on the YouTube. I am putting the link in places. Everything is great. Well, everything's okay. Let's not get carried away. Post that. I posted that.
I forgot that I had the sound on YouTube, and I thought Annette was repeating herself.
You're like, shut up, Annette.
Some of Annette's stories are worth hearing again. And, I'm not going to interrupt.
That
her.
is true.
Are not. Let's be honest. Most of them are.
Well, I mean, it was like, at least like space out another story in between,
I'm sorry. Did you hear me? Can I just repeat that again?
Such a peculiar.
I said.
Annette is very excited about the fact that she names her files very
Yeah.
specifically.
It's like, it's not even a good
it's an
like
important
gossip about high school story.
Yeah. All right. We are streaming. Let me just look at my checklist of all the things. Erica, you will probably be recording a map very soon.
I will. I'm doing my my social media posting to be like, hey, come join us. We're fun.
We're fun, cool kids.
Super fun.
All right, there we go. Now I have to hit, where did QuickTime go? QuickTime. New screen recording. And let's see, do I still like the square from last time? No, I'm moving it. Yeah, that's
She's
right.
Moving it.
Yep. I am. And I'm actually going to zoom just a little bit differently. And then, okay, what do I have to hit? Record.
Ping.
All right. It looks like it's recording. Yay, it's recording. And then I can now change my zoom in Roll20 so that I can get a little bit more perfect. All right. Now I would like everybody to ping the map in Roll20. If I could make my trackpads.
Oh, I forget how to ping.
Double click.
Click and hold a little bit.
All right, there I did it.
Ping. What color am I? I'm like this weird olive green. And all right, here's my last ping now. There we go. Good enough. Thanks, folks. Thanks for bearing with me.
All right. I think we are all systems go.
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master, and today we are continuing Reach for the Stars, the third adventure in the Keys from the Golden Vault collection of adventures. Allow me to introduce our players, and then I will remind us all of what's happening. First up, it's Erica Ensign. Welcome back, Erica.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here. I am playing Levithia du Isigri, she, her, just like I am. And she is a human ranger with a haunted one background.
Also joining us, it's Annette Weerstra. Welcome back, Annette.
Hey there. I am playing J-Raff, an Aasimar paladin who's a little bit goth.
Also joining us, it's Monty Ashley.
Hello, it's me, Monty Ashley. My pronouns are he, him, so are the pronouns of Krong the Bugbear Rogue, who I will be playing.
And last, but certainly not least, it's Lincoln Hayes. Welcome back, Lincoln.
Thank you, Tony. I'm playing Xanter Quickhands, the gnome sorcerer. We are both he, him.
All right. So what has been happening? Well, our adventurers, operatives, or as they are known, keys from the Golden Vault, have been sent by the Golden Vault to recover a missing book of forbidden knowledge, a book that one Marcos Delphi has absconded with. They have traveled into the wilderness to reach the remote location of Delphi Mansion, a fancy kind of, estate out in the wilderness, where they quickly discovered things aren't great. There's some weirdness going on. There's people that have been transformed into things. There's giant, horrible kind of monsters from other dimensions that have wandered through. Things are all kinds of creepy and weird. And as they've explored the mansion, they have made their way down in the basement. They have discovered a secret door. They have used a special spell to gain entrance into, I'm just going to say, a non-traditional kind of rec room, which many people would recognize as like a cultist temple. So, I mean, I don't like to judge, but this is, it seems like this is, look, there's lots of kinds of cults out there. This one seems to be one of your not so great cultists, cult organizations. Cultists have been engaged in battle. Many cultists have been defeated. One cultist, covered in oil, has run away, leaving the group of you in the basement, planning your next steps. I will remind you that there is kind of obvious stairs leading back upstairs in the mansion. You didn't fully explore the entire upstairs, but I don't know if you feel like you need to. There is a large set of double doors leading from this kind of basement temple to the south that you saw a unarmed, greasy cultist run away through, and there is an as yet unexplored door to the west. As you catch your breath and figure out your next steps here in the basement of Delphi Mansion.
Levithia is not going to catch her breath because the cultist ran away, and she has a longbow.
Catch that cultist.
Yeah.
LM.
Yep. So she's basically just moving out into the center of the
You're
room.
going to chase. All right. So we
Watch
are.
out for the grease.
I thought, perhaps people catch their breath. No, you will push the
there's
attack.
somebody getting away that could warn.
Now, I will
other
tell
bad
You ended the
Yeah.
episode on a cliffhanger. We're hanging from a cliff, Tony.
I forgot about that cliff. I'm all hanger, no cliff. I will say, so this cultist ran through a set of double doors, and you saw that there was another set of double doors beyond that, and the cultist ran through. I think the cultist probably made an effort to close those doors behind him. So you know where the cultist went, but you probably, from where you're standing, Levithia, do not have a bead on that cultist, is what I'm going to tell you.
Okay. In that case,
But you
knowing
could
that the
you could
doors
chase.
are closed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As I said last time, like this is the first thing that we've come across that is really sort of related at all to Levithia's sort of backstory, and this is the kind of thing where she's
Cultist
not going
murdering.
to let this lie.
Mhm.
Mhm. So let's see. I came 5, 10. All right, I'm throwing open the other door.
All right. As you pass through the double doors chasing the cultist, there is like a weird kind of like, you feel it's almost like a discharge of static electricity, and like the air kind of starts to like swim around you a little bit, Levithia.
Great.
Uh-oh.
And the doorway, you saw the cultists like fling open the doors and just run through them, but the doorway transforms in a way that is perhaps at this point somewhat familiar to you into kind of like a mouth-like opening, and a set of teeth kind of come crashing down and attempt to bite you as you even make your way through the first set of double doors there. So
Okay.
as you make your trip there, just give me a quick dexterity saving throw to avoid getting eaten by the doorway.
That is a 20 on math's 20.
All right, you roll with it. It's like,
I
it
literally
does not
dive and
impede you.
roll.
Yeah.
Tuck and roll.
So but as you kind of like come to a landing on the other side of those jaws, you realize that there is a similar set of jaws in the place where the other double door beyond that it was, and the cultist is on the other side of that from you.
So the previous one we could see through it, but it was just a
And indeed,
choppy
this one you
mouth.
can too. So you can see a cultist. The cultist's back is to you. I would say you probably have disadvantage to attack through a gnashing set of teeth.
I mean, I'm shooting, so I
I'll
don't
say you have
necessarily.
disadvantage because your shot might get eaten by the teeth.
Yeah, I totally understand the disadvantage, but it's just I'm not worried about
Yeah,
it
It's
clomping
like the
down on my
windmill.
arm, just
yeah,
the arrow.
it's a mini golf situation.
Um, so let's see. We're just going to. Oh, it was almost a 20 and it rolled over to a 2. So I am guessing that's not going to
It
hit.
bounces off one of the incisors in the doorway and clatters to the floor. Just to tell you, Levithia, you bolted through these double doors. You're standing in kind of a dusty little like antechamber hallway there. There's a bunch of wooden chests kind of tucked off to the left and to the right. And you probably have a pretty good view from where you are of the back of the cultist who is running toward the direction of a spiral staircase leading down in a stone floored room beyond your little antechamber that you're in.
Okay.
All set, Levithia?
I think that's all I can do at this point. So
All right.
Yep. That's it.
J-Raf, you are back in the temple area. I think you were just next to some cultists that have been dispatched. What would you like to do?
Well, I feel like duty bound to follow my good friend Levithia because so do we want to try and kill this mouth before we go through, or do we just like make a run for it, go?
That's a
Is
good
that
question.
the
It
strategy?
didn't even occur to me to try to kill it. I like this.
It is, I mean, I think there's some important philosophical questions about like how do you kill a piece of architecture, because it is like what will become of it once it's dead? Is it possible to attack a mouth when it is open? I don't know. So
How
far
do
you have
kill a piece
mainly
of architecture? You put it in a mini mall.
Could we
Uh,
turn the whole house into a ghost house if we kill all the individual pieces of architecture inside it?
and then will a
Ooh.
ghost
No.
house haunt you? Like you'll
Mm.
move to a new neighborhood and it'll spring up there.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to try
I
and
like
shoot
this.
an arrow at this mouth just to see what happens.
Yep.
So I've got an arrow. I'm standing back in case it has some weird.
It does seem like there's
vibes.
some weird things at work here, just so we're clear. I want to
Oh,
be
and
extremely
I
clear, not normal
critically-
door behavior.
I critically failed.
Yeah,
I
your
thought
arrow hits the
rolling-
wall near the
Yeah.
mouth.
So I'm like, well, obviously
Fine.
that doesn't work. I should just run through.
Do you want to run through now?
Are we going in like
Yeah,
action turn?
I think
order?
we're still going in an initiative order. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to try and run through this door.
All right. Make me a dexterity saving throw as you try and dive through the
Okay, come on.
teeth crushing together, attempting to
Chomp,
bite
chomp.
anyone that.
Oh, I rolled an 18.
All right, you just dive through without any incident. The teeth snap shut several moments after you have passed through.
Hello, friend.
Hello, hi friend. I'm here to fight with you. As in
Not fight-
alongside, not
Yeah.
against.
Krong, you are also back in the temple. There's some oil on the floor. There's some doors that haven't been opened. But the room is getting increasingly empty as people head south.
I will first take my move, which is 6 squares, which will take me to the mouth of the mouth.
Mm.
Now I will bonus action dash, which gives me another 6 squares of movement. I would like to go through this mouth, please.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
19.
No problem.
Now I would like to go through this other mouth.
Give me another dexterity saving throw.
12.
12. The teeth come crashing down and they catch you right on the ankle, Krong. You can still keep going, but you take 5 piercing damage from the teeth.
Ow.
That's some damage that I'm not thrilled about knowing about. But does that mean I'm through?
You are through. Yeah.
I glance over to Levithia. You want him dead or captured?
Levithia freezes. She's thinking real hard about it. Maybe Jay will just pipe up with something.
Let's capture him first and ask him some questions, and then you can kill him
Fine.
if you want.
All right.
I would like to grapple this goon.
Okay. I
With
think
my action.
grapple is usually a contested strength check. Let me just make sure I'm vaguely doing grapple correctly. You must use the attack action. I assume that's what you're doing.
Yes.
So what's the strength modifier of this cultist? Not great. Let's see how Erica's special dice work today. Pretty good. Pretty good. I rolled a 16.
I rolled
What
a
do you got?
19.
That is
Yeah.
better. So yeah, you just kind of I imagine Krong, you got
He's a
those
good-
long arms.
He's a good
Great.
hugger.
Yeah, great at
Mhm.
hugs, good at grappling. You've just like, and that guy, you know, he was running away, and suddenly there's just bugbear arms like all around him,
I
and he
will
does
whisper-
not like. He might even be like kind of held up off the air, off the ground with his legs like spinning underneath him.
Yeah, I'm whispering in his ear. Calm down, buddy. No, you're fine now.
All right,
Soothing.
Xanter, what would you like to do?
Seeing that he is now captured, I'm going to go stand at these doors, and I would like to ready my action to cast Firebolt should the cultist break free of Krong.
All right. Well, speaking of the cultist is next, and the cultist does want to break free of Krong. The cultist is going to do a strength check to try and get out of your embrace, Krong. My Erica dice have only rolled a 9.
That is a
It
natural
took a long
20
time for my bad vibes to get all the way
Yeah.
to Boston.
for a total of 21.
All right. Well, I think he struggles, and then you rolled a critical success. He just goes slack and is kind of dejected and has given up. I do note, I feel like he should probably have been hard to grapple because he's greasy, but he has no weapon, so I don't think he's going anywhere. So you have a sad, greasy cultist. There are still teeth gnashing in the places where the doorways were. I'll ask you collectively, do you think we are out of combat now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the cultist he's sad. He's wearing his hood. He was like, I just wanted to go warn them that you were here. Seems
Can
That's
you turn off
new.
these doors?
That's new.
Since when?
Since like right now.
How did you get through them?
I don't think they were doing that when I went through them. They were not.
What makes
Yeah.
you so special?
I don't know. I think a lot of weird stuff has been happening at the mansion in the last couple hours.
You guys
Um,
have got to get a handle on your rituals, man. This is outrageous.
Look, it's our first one, but
You should not be doing this ritual if it's your first one.
You
Marcos
don't
has
jump in the
assured
deep
us
end, friend.
that
Jeez.
Krokomar is going to give us so much power and all of our problems will be solved.
You've got to go to a beginner cult, dude.
And
I
then
swear
people are
God.
going to
Dumb are
respect
you?
us.
No.
I don't
And
think that's true.
I am
No.
going to open a store later and it's
No.
going to be great. And you guys, look, I
No.
don't want to be mean, but like the last people that came here and tried to mess with Marcos and Krokomar, things didn't go so great for them.
I push his
Mhm.
head towards the
Mhm.
teeth.
This is too much like
Also-
what happened to them.
Speaking of, we have the head of one of them with us, if you do recall. She's hanging on a bindle.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Right.
Here she is.
Mhm.
Yep. And I'm blanking on her name. It's her first name is Lionheart. Her first name is Alyssa, something like that. You think I'd remember the names of my own NPCs?
As a DM, I would
Or-
not think that.
Elra.
Elra. I knew it began with an E. Elra Lionheart. I don't recall him, but he looks suspicious, says Elra Lionheart.
He's clearly one of the cultists, which makes him expendable.
Where were you headed?
To talk to Marcos downstairs. He kind of he furtively looks in the direction of the spiral staircase that heads down.
Who's down
That's
there with
right.
him?
There's something below a basement. I don't know. I think like 2 of his top guys, and he's down there talking to Krokomar.
Is there a book down there?
Oh yeah. like an old
Mhm.
old book. I know it's
An old book
important.
that can do lots and lots of very, very bad things that will hurt people. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, I didn't steal the book.
No, but you
Yeah, but
used
you're an
it.
accessory after the fact.
Mhm.
You're an
Look.
accessory during the fact.
Look, I was just trying to turn over a new leaf. I've been a bandit for like 4 years now. I thought this would be like a different lifestyle and
Different kind of
maybe
evil.
So
well,
now you're
look,
a religious bandit.
I have a limited set of opportunities for me, and I'm just trying to make the best of a
It's
rough
just
situation.
negative thinking, man. You can be
Look.
whatever you want to be.
I
That's-
have a fixed mindset about my capabilities and the avenues open to me.
You ever consider making sandwiches?
No, can't say I had. That's fascinating. Wow.
I've
I mean,
heard great
just
things.
I am thinking about bread. I am thinking about putting like a nice garlic aioli on it. Oh, I'm getting carried away here.
Levithia is a little hungry and she doesn't
You
hate him quite
guys-
as much now.
You guys wouldn't kill me now that we've talked so much, right? Like that would be really rude.
What are
Lividia's
your
just
plans
stone-faced.
if we let you go?
I mean, I'm kind of feeling, especially as more and more weird things happen, that like maybe this is not working out great. Did I mention my name? I'm Isaac. You wouldn't kill somebody now that you know their name and they don't have
I
a
would.
sword and they're
I've killed
greasy.
plenty of people
Mhm.
whose names I know.
Hello,
Um,
Isaac. I'm Craw.
Yeah, see, we know each other now. Here, if I give you $1, you're my lawyer and you can't kill me. He tries to give you a coin.
What's a
I'm
dollar?
not a lawyer,
Yeah.
Isaac.
Isaac,
Yeah.
what's in these in the crates in there? As I
Oh, I
peek
think we
through
got
without
like
getting my head cut off.
extra robes. The crates in the antechamber seem to have sets of robes similar to the cultists that you just
Hmm.
dispatched.
Squiggly
Disguises,
knives, that sort of
perhaps?
thing.
Yeah, there's some ceremonial squiggly knives.
Yes,
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There are
We-
4 of them. And I will say
I-
that,
Levithia
it-
dutifully goes to a crate, opens it up, pulls out some squiggly knives for
oh,
Craw.
Isaac says, you guys don't want to do that. I was just telling you how bad this cult is. No, guys, you should find somewhere else. Like, I don't know.
worry,
I mean,
Isaac. We're
like,
gonna
look,
kill them.
look, I've been there, but like, let me give you some different advice, man.
He's trying to talk us out of joining the cult now.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, he is. He's very concerned that
As
you're
he's
joining the
Relax,
Hey,
kid.
late and a gold piece short, friend.
cult.
As he's talking, I changed my appearance to look like Isaac.
Whoa, trippy.
Nice.
Mm.
Did I get some of
Um,
that grease in my eyes?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Look,
you're a
Isaac.
mess, dude.
You
Mhm.
should get out of here because I'm going to pretend to be you and take these cultists down.
Okay. How do I get through these teeth?
I could pitch you through, or I
Uh,
could use you to wedge this teeth open so my friends
No,
can
I
come
don't like
through.
that. I would like
Hmm.
not to be a wedge.
Is there no other way out of the basement than through these 2 mouth doors?
I don't think so. It's not,
Ooh. Yeah. So they're trapped.
I guess.
DM, if I get J-Wrath to help me through, can I have advantage on my dex check to come through the door?
Yeah, and I would say, especially now that you're not in combat, you could probably take your time. So yeah. So you need to get a
Okay.
13 or above to get through without taking 5 damage.
I got a
So
22.
That'll do it. So yeah, we'll say you can
Alright.
take your time and be careful and have
And then,
advantage.
yeah, I also need to get through the second.
Come in
One
here.
second.
Find a gnome appropriate robe.
Yeah.
Probably a child's robe, let's be honest.
Ugh, I get chomped.
Oh.
I
You
rolled a
rolled with
3 and
advantage.
a
I
1.
rolled a 19
Oof.
and a 13.
So you said it was 5 damage from the
Yeah.
teeth?
Yep.
What did I need to beat?
13.
A 12.
You rolled
I
with
don't
advantage.
have 5 hit points to spare. Oof. Xanter
yeah.
is below 10.
Yeah, so am I. I'm really low.
I
You have-
have a lay on 10 points for a lay on hands pool left. And I can at once per long rest give 3 hit points. So I can give out 13 hit points.
Can
And
I have
think
5 of that?
some-
Now is the time to
Yes,
use
you
them, I'd
absolutely
say.
can.
Since you know that there is a secret layer below this. And
I'm just saying,
Probably
I
should have
also-
stocked up on some potions before we came. Ugh.
Nope. We just got
I
the-
can
the-
also
the
cast Cure
assignment
Wounds.
just ran out
It
the
may
door.
be time.
Ooh,
Ooh,
please.
Yeah.
So, Karang,
I-
you're taking 5, which leaves 8 for Xanter. And Xanter, do you
Thank
want
you.
me to do a?
I'm 3 away from full. So if Krong needs him,
okay.
Krong can have
I
him.
am 13 away from full.
Okay.
Wrong.
Please cure my wounds.
So you're 3 from.
I'm 13 from
Uh,
full.
Okay. I am casting Cure Wounds.
I'd like to go up to Isaac once I'm through the door
And I have
and say,
4, but I can do it again since we probably won't.
I would not save them.
Nope. I feel like a
Isaac.
short rest here for a whole hour might be dangerous.
yeah.
Oh, I rolled 2 1s. I'm so sorry. But
Oof.
that's 8 points. And I have 1 spell slot left.
I've noticed that whenever someone rolls badly to heal them, they're very apologetic. But the person who is healed, which is me, is very thankful.
Yes, that's how it always works.
But
yeah.
I want to roll so much more.
Yeah, I'm at 15 out of 20, so not ideal, but I think I'll.
Do you
My
want me to
armor
use-
class is
So where are you
15.
at now, Krong?
I'm at 19 out of 24.
Okay. I have 1 more spell slot. Should I give it to anyone? Anyone?
I'm okay. I'd say save it
Yeah. Save.
Okay.
Yeah, we might need it in
because
the.
Krong might take a
yeah.
big hit
Mm.
and he's our muscle. So
Yeah. Use that to pick somebody up after they've gone down, I think.
Mhm.
Okay, will do.
once that's done, I'd like to walk up to Isaac and say, Isaac, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to describe in excruciating detail what Marcos looks like.
And he does. Marcos, is I think Marcos will be. He's a human. He is. I would say he's pushing upper 50s. He will be wearing a dark robe. Whereas I think all the junior cultists were wearing kind of like purple robes. He's got like a black hooded robe. He's got kind of like Isaac says, look, I don't like to be judgy, but like. It's got evil eyes. You know what I mean? Like real shifty evil eyes.
And that's the guy
Um,
you chose to follow.
Well, in bandit culture, the toughest guy is the guy in charge. So I'm making this transition to cult life and hopefully then to sandwich life after this. I will choose not to follow the meanest sandwich. That doesn't sound right. But like, yeah, Marcos, he's going to be in a black robe. He's going to probably look kind of angry. Sometimes he does have this sweet, it's like kind of like a friendship bracelet, but it's probably some fancy like family heirloom. But yeah, black robes, talks about Crocklemar like all the time. Like that's going to come up.
Does have you ever noticed that he has that he doesn't take a normal amount of damage from any particular types of attacks? Like, have you ever seen him get like a paper cut like a normal person off of that?
That's
book?
like kind of
Or-
like a weird, like I don't know if that's like a HIPAA issue for me to talk about, but like no, I think he's just like a weird old guy who talks to things.
and
And he's got that book.
is
you know?
powerful. If we get the book away from him, do you think he'd be less powerful, or just really mad?
He'd be mad, that be sure. I don't know. He has not come out of the downstairs room in like days. He must really like it down there. There's a bunch of weird crystals in like the floor and ceiling, and he just seems to like really like vibe off them, but like in a mean way. I don't know. Maybe he's going through some stuff. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to have empathy to other people's situations now. That's why I don't want to be a bandit anymore. It feels like a lot of bandit life is about hurting people. And I kind of thought cult life would be about, accessing otherworldly power and without having to stab
Hurting
anyone.
people.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Getting
we
in
had.
touch with your spirituality or something? Is that do you even consider that?
I know we were stabbing into each other just like seconds ago, but like, I don't know. I think I hit my head pretty hard when I fell in the oil. So yeah.
As he concludes his description of Marcos,
Yes.
I'm going to take a page from J. Rath's book, and you see I slowly start to grow from my gnome size up to human size, and I assume the appearance of Marcos as described. And I use my gift of the something. My font's too small to read it, but it's a racial feature that I have. and
Now I
cast
will just
disguise
ask.
self.
can you use this on to disguise yourself as someone you've literally never seen before? I imagine it might be a little bit like you might look like the police sketch artist version of Marcos.
That's kind of the gist of it.
Okay.
If you've ever seen that famous drawing of a rhinoceros
Mm,
that was done by a person who'd never seen one before, and it was just a description.
And you've seen
Pretty close.
guys, and he's
I've
wearing
seen
a
old guys with shifty
you've
eyes.
seen old guys with shifty
And
eyes.
capes.
So, like, you might fool other cult members. You probably wouldn't fool like Marcos's immediate family. And we'd probably roll some dice to see how you do with his
I
varying
pulled the hood
degrees
down a
of
little bit.
friendship. Yeah. Do you sound like Marcos or just look like him?
Just look like.
Okay.
Still sound like Xanter.
Okay.
Is there a robe that will fit an enormous bugbear?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe your it only goes down to your knees, but so you might have to like stoop. There is still the challenge of like, you got broad bugbear shoulders and you're tall,
Bugbear
but
squeeze.
I
I
can
feel like
squeeze into small spaces.
I feel like
The space.
there's an assortment of unisex robes in a variety of size configurations.
One of the
Isaac.
chests is big and tall.
Yeah,
You're good.
yeah.
Isaac, were there any actual children in your cult?
I don't think so.
Good.
I
Good.
think there was like one halfling. I think he left a couple days ago. You guys seem really powerful. Is anyone worshiping you guys? Because I'm kind of looking for a new gig.
Here's my card.
Maybe. Yeah. like-
Ooh.
I mean,
If you want to come down with us and be on our side,
I think my
but
parents were looking
no.
for somebody to sweep the manor house. So
We
no, I
do
think-
represent a huge shadowy organization with mysterious goals. If you're interested in that sort of thing,
Elra Lionheart takes his moment from the bindle to say, like, you're not supposed to talk about that all the time.
oh, sorry.
Yeah. Like it's cool.
I look at Levithia and I say, should we knock this guy out just to be safe?
I feel like we should at least tie him up until we're done. That I mean,
Mhm.
to be fair, I do believe everything that he has said. He seems simple enough, but I think that
And how, says Isaac.
I think if there is another cadre of jerks around here somewhere, I would worry about him running off to get them. So maybe we could just stash him in the corner and we can all
there's
eat
a
them
great-
together.
between the two dangerous mouths too, because then he can't really go either way without taking his chances.
There's a storage room off to the west if you're looking for somewhere to stash me for a while, says Isaac helpfully.
Any
I don't
good
have to go back
weapons
through
or
those
anything in there?
mouths. No way. That hurt.
No. There's I mentioned that there were folks before you all. I mean, yeah, there might be some bodies back there.
Hmm.
Pass.
I cover
Nope,
Elra's ears.
Okay.
I just tie him up, put him in the corner.
All right. I'm going along with this, says Isaac.
Good. And then, maybe afterwards we can take him to my parents' house and, see how he does at keeping things clean.
He
maybe-
says from
Maybe
the
making some
behind
sandwiches.
behind the gag in his mouth.
He can practice his sandwich making in my parents' kitchen.
Oh, just you here, Dick Sandwich Watch.
We're all gonna dress up as these, put the cult robes on to go down the stairs and get the
All
element
right.
of surprise.
I already
right?
look
That's-
like Isaac,
That's
so
the idea, right?
So one of you looks like Isaac, one of you looks like Marcos Delphi, and two of you look like generic cultists.
generic cultists with the hood pulled down. I would like to. So I have. I think I mentioned this before, but I have a thing where I can use an action to look at a creature that I can see within 60 feet and learn a bunch of stuff about them. Hoping that we have sort of the element of surprise. I would like to do that with Marcos. Hopefully at least in the moments before anything kicks off, and maybe we'll
Okay.
have lots of moments before anything kicks off, but that's like the first thing I want to do as soon as he comes into my view, the oldish guy with the book and the black robes.
I have a
and lies.
concern
Mm.
that so the robe comes down to my knees or whatever.
Yeah.
That's great, but we're going down a spiral staircase, which means we're
Yep.
going to be viewed from the feet first and
You
then
may-
the knees.
You
They're
may
going
want
to-
to you may want to walk at the back of the group.
Yeah.
Or and
Mhm.
perhaps take a second robe and just sort of wrap it around your waist to start with.
Yeah.
Well, and if I go first and maybe Xanter after that, because we
Mhm.
sort of look
Mhm.
like we might belong. And then I could even kind of go down and scope things out a little bit. Because
Good point.
I technically
That's true.
could belong.
We
Do
should
you,
all
do you sound like Isaac or no?
No.
we
I
should
can't
all
change
go
my mind.
down. I will go
Yeah.
last.
Okay.
That makes sense. So yeah, it's basically as soon as I get him in sight, I'm kicking off my hunter's sense.
All right. As you even just head toward the top of the spiral staircase, heading deeper beneath Delphi Mansion, you can't help but hear strange, kind of babbling voice echoing up the stairs into
Is it
this
chanting?
room.
Why is it always
It's-
chanting with
Well,
cults?
cultists. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, that's like 80% of the draw of being in a cult is getting to chant. And it does. Do any of you speak deep speech?
I
No.
No.
I speak Abyssal, Celestial, Common,
Abyssal
Elvish, and
And
Sylvan.
Celestial.
All right. So all you hear is you do hear the word Krokomar comes up a lot, and then other things being said kind of over and over again in deep speech. And that's just what you were looking for. And so you head down into this horrible place. Let me reveal the next area on the map. This is going to be kind of down and to the left of where you are currently looking on the map.
Down and to the left.
Yeah.
Reference acknowledged.
So
Could you move my token?
yeah, I can do that. You want me to move everybody's tokens? Why not?
Yes,
I'm
please.
there.
Sort it out.
Okay. I've just dropped your tokens in the general area. You can decide where they are. So you descend into kind of like a circular, rough-hewn cave. It is empty and unlit. But north of this little cave, you can see there is an opening in the cavern wall, and beyond that is clearly the sound of the voice you heard echoing up. That room is lit by some glowing crystals, and you can see there are two cultists kind of standing with their backs to you, facing into this strange room. And in the center of the room, kind of all lit and kind of spooky, glowing red light by the giant glowing crystals sticking up out of the ground and wall and ceiling, is someone who meets the description of Marcos Delphi as described to you by Isaac. He is an older man garbed in black cultist robes with a hood, chanting over and over again in a way that sounds, it just doesn't sound healthy. Let's just say that. But next to Marcos Delphi is a rather disturbing sight, with, surrounded by this kind of circle of arcane runes, is a headless body that is kind of propped up. It is kneeling. It is garbed in kind of full plate, as if it's perhaps was at one point a knight or some other kind of seasoned adventurer. But where that creature's head would traditionally be, there is instead kind of this strange green snake-like slug thing that's kind of quivering and twitching and moving back and forth. And that thing, as if it wasn't unsettling enough just to have a green slug snake where your head should be, that green slug snake also has several mouths and eyes that are kind of twitching and moving to the in rhythmic movements to the chanting that is happening.
Cults.
Yeah, cults. The cults, the cultists and Marcos and the slug thing seem unaware of your presence as you have descended into the cave sub basement here. They're all very focused on whatever ritual they're conducting here in the center of their ritual room.
DM, as we're going down the stairs,
Yeah.
can I use 2 sorcery points to get back a first level spell slot?
Sure. Sounds like a good use of sorcery points.
Nice.
I do that.
Okay.
So, do we want to go in hot, or do we want to lure those two cultists back and kill them first? And then...
Hot. We go in hot.
Okay. I'm ready. This ain't the Raven Queen. I don't care about this Croclamar.
So if you want to just, you could, move yourselves in the direction of the, I will say if you want to get across from the stairs to the, to the threshold, kind of where Krong has already moved his token, I would look for a stealth check. You're moving across an unlit chamber, and all the people that would potentially be aware of you are very focused on other activities. So you're going to have an advantage on that stealth check. But if you want to get up to here, I'd like to see a stealth check. And then we'll give you...
I only
27.
need to be within 60 feet in order to do my and be able to see the creature, and I can do this 2 times per long rest. So I would like to gesture to my companions, wait, and I would like to use it twice on both Marcus and whatever that thing is.
Love it.
This is your learn everything about them, Dealy.
Yes. So it's as an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. I'm going to start with a weird thing because
Okay.
that caught my eyes. I immediately learn whether it has any damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. As long as they're not, if they're hidden from divination magic, then I can't find that out.
Okay.
So that is what I find out.
We'll do that before you even step away from the staircase. Then we'll say,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So let me tell you that horrible green snake slug thing that is atop a suit of armor. From what kinds of things am I supposed to tell you?
You are supposed to tell me damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
All right. That thing is immune to psychic damage. I think it would be fair to say that this is clearly some kind of thing that Marcos has brought over from, an extra planar destination. And I think we could piece together, based on context clues, that thing where they keep saying Croclamar over and over again, that this is basically a physical manifestation of Croclamar in this world. And they seem to be basically trying to prepare a host for it. And I think it's fair to say that the ritual is not complete.
So no vulnerabilities, huh?
No.
Dang.
That does not list any of those on my list of things here.
All right. In the next 6 seconds for my next action, I would like to do that with Marcus.
All right. You study Marcos Delphi carefully. Maybe the keys from the Golden Vault. The Golden Vault gave you a little file on him. You recognize that he is a human. He is an elderly man. He's a warlock. He is also immune to psychic damage. He is not vulnerable to anything. You suspect that he is capable of doing some psychic attacks, as well as he's got a wiggly ceremonial cult dagger in a fancy scabbard on his belt. Yeah.
All right. I whisper to my companions, don't bother trying to do damage with your mind.
Yeah. I will also tell you, as you're studying Marcos, his eyes kind of glow with purple energy, and it is possible that Marcos is being controlled by an extraplanar entity in his activities here. He does not look totally in control of his current activities.
Hearing this from Levithia, I would like to use my telepathic speech, and I would like to try to communicate with the creature, if possible.
With Croclamar.
Yes.
Okay.
So no surprise.
And I would like to say, Croclamar, the man next to you is an imposter. I am the true Marcos. Destroy him.
I am going to say, give me some kind of bluff check to do that.
Performance.
Deception.
Or persuasion.
Or yes, deception.
Yeah.
Deception. I'll do deception.
Do deception.
Bluff is no longer a thing.
17.
I am going to tell you that it is not enough because it may occur to you that this creature and Marcos Delphi are in fact deeply magically psychically linked, and so the green kind of quivering snake slug thing like suddenly like turns like 90 degrees and is just staring at you with many eyes. The cultists and Marcos Delphi seem confused as to what is going on.
I think then we attack. So
Okay.
initiative.
Attack.
If I notice that thing is looking in our direction, I am absolutely going to shoot it in the one of the mouths.
All right. I think you possibly have lost your surprise advantage. That was a daring move. I think the specifics of what is happening here in that Marcos is being controlled by Krokelmar, that you didn't necessarily know, made that I was in my head you needed to get above a 20.
Does Xanter get inspiration for that
yes.
bold move?
Well done, fellow dungeon master. Please enjoy
you.
one inspiration, Xanter. I'm going to ask you all to roll initiative while I also roll initiative for
I rolled 3.
14.
I think we are going to get killed. I'm not going to lie.
I hope not.
But Levithia is like full on in, so it doesn't actually matter.
We'll have
He
to
will
send
literally fight to the death.
another group to rescue. All right, just to I'm setting up my groups here just so you are aware the kind of 3 adversaries that I am controlling here. There are 2 cultists currently have their back to you and are confused by the doorway. There is Marcos Delphi standing in the kind of center of this ritual circle. Next to him, I guess in the exact center of the ritual circle, is a fragment of Krokelmar, atop a suit of armor.
Tell me about this circle. Is it like permanently engraved on the ground, or is it like a circle of salt that one could easily scuff and mess up?
I think it's there are definitely parts of it that are mess upable.
All right.
Acceptable.
I don't know. I have to say, messing up a circle of salt can have unintended side effects depending on the context, right? If it's containing a powerful demon.
Yeah, you get real bland demons.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to plan my attack, and somewhere
Smart.
down in the contingency list is everything's gone bad.
Yep,
Mess up
all
the
right.
circle and see what happens.
That's fair. I will say Marcos does have I think it's I don't know, maybe it's on like a little end table next to him. You do see clearly a big book of forbidden knowledge there. At least they have a picture of
really?
the codex. Looks like he doesn't super need it at this part of the
You guys want to just steal the book and leave?
I mean,
I don't think Levithia would
probably
be
messes up their plans.
but I'll just mention that that's there. All right. So have you all put in your initiative? And those are your actual initiatives there? You
Yep.
sure you don't have better numbers somewhere else?
I do not have.
All
better
right. So
numbers
what
than
I'm
3.
seeing is going to happen is the fragment of Krokelmar is going to go first, then Marcos Delphi, then Krong, then Levithia, then Xanter, then J-Raf, and Cultist last as traditional. The fragment of Krokelmar, this weird little green snaky slug thing sitting atop a not disembodied head, decapitated body. The other way around, decapitated body has snapped over in the direction of Xanter, and it kind of stares at you with its many furiously blinking eyes, and it starts moving back and forth, and it I think you all hear kind of a horrible kind of psychic scream as it says interlopers, and the cultists and Marcos are looking around trying to figure out what's going to go on. So that was the fragment of Krokelmar's turn. Marcos Delphi is next. He looks over, he sees you all coming across the cave at him, and he continues to chant. A lot of Krokelmar mentions going on under his breath, but as he does that, he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself, and I think that's the prudent thing. That's the prudent thing to do, is to cast Mage Armor on yourself. Krong.
I would like to kill this left cultist, please.
All
I have
right.
Reach, so I don't need to move. And I did roll a 27 for that stealth, so I'm going to roll with advantage if that's
All right.
okay.
Yep. He has 9 hit points. So can you take away all of them in one hit?
I rolled a I'm sorry. I rolled a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Nice.
Now this will be sneak attack, also surprise attack, because I did have to hit somebody who hasn't acted in this combat yet. So that's 4d6 plus a d8 plus 4.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
work.
You think you can get 9 out of that?
24 points of damage, please.
Okay, that kills several generations of cultists in that guy's family. Going up the tree. There is a torrent of blood as the other cultist, who's still alive, looks around and sees that his friend is dead. He starts chanting Krokomar faster and faster.
I would like to retreat into the shadows, please.
All right, roll your
And,
hide.
bonus action hide. That's
All
a
right.
natural 1. I suspect I did not do it.
Okay, yeah, I think they know you're in that cave. So, Levithia, you're next.
I should have looked to see if I could cast spells before we started this, but I have a couple of spell slots left, and I am going to, I guess, reach back because this is a touch spell. I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Jay. Now, actually, hang on a second. What kind of creature do we determine the fragment of Krokomar is?
It
let
is
me ask.
a tiny aberration. Chaotic
An aberration.
evil.
Okay, so until the spell ends, I'm going to say that Jay is protected against aberrations.
Okay, good choice.
Yes, which means that that creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against her. She also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by
Ooh.
that thing.
Well, let me tell you,
yeah.
that was some real
thought that would be big.
preemptive preventive treatment there.
And she's got advantage on any saving throws against any relevant effects
Okay.
if she had already been under them that we didn't know about. And I have one more of these, so I think I'll cast it on my next turn potentially, but we'll see. So that's what I'm starting off with.
All right. Xanter.
I'm going to sneak over here away from Krong, but where I can still see these Swains.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to throw a firebolt at him. And that is a 17 to hit.
Okay, that cultist is unaware of your existence and gets scorched in the back by a firebolt.
And we are going to do 6 fire damage.
All right, that burns and bloodies a cultist, but does not kill a
Then I
cultist.
would like to use my Sverblin camouflage.
Nerf Nevlin camouflage.
Yes. And
Awesome.
I would like to I actually can't do that, never mind. Because I can't make a bonus action hide. So I'm just gonna be in the dark. And that's my turn.
All right. Jay Raff, you are kind of in the center of the cave that you've descended into. Badly injured cultist ahead of you. All kinds of horrible badness beyond.
Okay, I'm going to move a little to the side over here and then shoot with an arrow at that cultist to see if we can take him out of play at least. And I rolled a 19.
Yes.
19 will hit.
Which is D8 plus 1. Oh, and I rolled another 1.
Ugh.
But that means 2, which I believe is still enough to kill that cultist.
No, the cultist
Oh,
he took 6 damage from Xantor and 2 damage
oh
from
no,
you.
there's 1 left.
He has 1 left, and he is so sad. He is on fire, and an arrow just like hit him like right like in one of the lungs, and he's just like wheezing, and he's like trying to like roll around on the ground and put out the fire, and he was like, "Why me? Krokomar, save me from this."
And just as a point for movement, Jay, you might actually want to be someplace where the fragment of Krokomar can see you, so that if it tries to possess somebody, it possesses the person that it can't see, or that it can't do, because it won't know
Because
until it tries.
I am
You're our
protected. And I look
paladin.
like a
Health is a team resource.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that cultist, this poor sad cultist, it's very half-hearted, but he is going to head in the direction of Jraff, wielding he's got a scimitar. He is going to lash out at you. I have rolled a 12. Does not sound like it would hit a
It
paladin.
does not hit.
Okay.
Aha.
So he fails to hit. Let's see. The next we go to the top of the order. And it is the fragment of Krokomar. I will tell you, the fragment of Krokomar has a limited set of activities that it can do right now within this ritual circle. And just will continuing basically it's basically taking the dodge action is what the fragment of Krokomar will do. And Marcos Delphi is next. Marcos Delphi is continuing to chant to Krokomar, continuing to do his ritual, but he's also he's gonna throw some psychic orbs into the mix here, and it looks like, unfortunately, Jraff, you have put yourself in kind of the attack position here. So psychic orb coming your way. That is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
You will take 10 psychic damage. Your mind is reeling. Marcos Delphi manages to he stares at you with blank, glowing eyes and attempts to do it again. That is a 21 to hit. That is another 10 psychic damage.
PM, I would like to use my inspiration point to impose disadvantage on you.
Okay. I will roll a second time and take the lower one. I have rolled with my second roll a much less impressive 13.
That doesn't hit.
Okay.
That's
I
why I was
imagine
10.
that makes the difference between you
Woo.
being conscious or not.
No, I would have had 5 points keeping me up, but
Okay. But
I will
margin of
take-
error is helpful.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oof.
Thank you.
And I saved a spell
Xandar.
slot.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marcos Delphi has demonstrated that he's not fooling
Hey, how
around.
did- Why did he get to go before me? I bet I've got a much better dexterity than this jerk.
We it's too late. We haven't talked about that, and it's
All
your
right,
turn
that's
now.
fine.
So that would have been a
I
great
just
thing
noticed that
to
myself.
I would have been a great thing to observe last time, because his dex modifier is +2. I imagine Krong's is +4.
What's it look like in this cave that they're in?
All right. So the cave that they're in, it's rough hewn. It's clearly that they've someone has, this is not like a space that has been built out so much as just like excavated beneath Delphi Mansion. And there are these large crystals that are sticking up mainly out of the floor, that sure look like they're significant to what's going on. They're kind of like flickering with extraplanar energy. And you notice some like there's some lines leading off from the ritual circle that seem to kind of like channel energy from the crystals into whatever they're doing.
I would like to walk into the cave.
Yep.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of saunter past that one sad cultist. He's
Yep.
busy with Jraff. Yep.
I would like to bonus action hide. I understand if it doesn't work.
All right.
It's just instinct.
Yep.
Do I roll for it or does it just fail immediately?
Why don't you roll with disadvantage? Because especially you're standing next to a glowing crystal, which
I know.
potentially you could. I mean, and this room is not exactly well lit, and the crystal is something you could potentially hide behind.
Disadvantage.
Mhm.
That's a 17.
I don't think they know where you are. Fights are chaotic. Like they know that Krong is in this room somewhere, but they're not sure where.
Now I'm going to do the very sensible thing and sneak attack this crystal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you, this crystal is a large object. It has AC 13. It has some hit points.
I'm rolling with advantage because it can't see me. ... Question mark.
If it has no eyes.
I'll allow it. It is immune to poison and psychic damage because it's a piece of rock.
That is a 19 to hit.
Mhm.
It will do a D8 plus 2D6 plus 4 damage. $19 points of damage, please.
All right. The crystal shatters, and it does seem like that definitely was connected to what's going on with the ritual. Someone probably with arcane training would need to be able to explain further. But I mean, it wasn't good for the ritual. That was what's clear. And Marcos Delphi looks suddenly very concerned about what's going on.
Have I mentioned that I'm an arcane trickster as of this episode?
Oh,
Or as of 2 episodes ago, I guess.
Mhm.
As of
This
right now,
adventure.
would you like to give me a quick Arcana check to know what's going on?
9.
They see magic.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Levithia.
All right. I think we need to do some damage. I am going to walk up to the cultist and try to poke him with my dagger. And I will roll an attack for that. So that is only a 12 to hit.
Good news. The armor class of occultist, 12.
All right. Then I'm not even going to bother to roll damage because
Yep.
you said he only has 1 hit point.
You poke him with a dagger, and he's like, "Oh no!" And he falls to the ground.
10, 15.
My last hit point.
All right. So where did I was back there. Do you think I could get because I just noticed what happened. Could I tell what happened with Krong
I
from
think so.
where I was? Okay. In that case, I think I can get to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to attack this with my short sword.
Oh, because you have a second
This
attack.
crystal. Yes.
All right, roll
I
it.
specifically used the dagger first.
Yeah,
Because,
look at that.
Wimpy. Strong.
yeah. Oh, that's a 19 on the die.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Which is great. And so the first was actually the bonus attack with a dagger. So this one is my regular attack, which means I do get my bonus to my damage. So where is my short sword? There it is. I rolled a 1, so that's 4 points of damage.
All right. It is
Clang.
the crystal is damaged. Like you definitely chip a large chunk off of it, but it is not demolished the way the one over by Krong is.
Wrong.
But I have opened the way, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting that cultist out of the way. And then I just turn and stare at Marcos. I noticed that since I'm a ranger and my favorite enemy is actually humanoids. So this guy is technically my favorite enemy, but that doesn't really do me a whole lot of good in battle, unfortunately.
No.
But I got my
Xanter,
eye on him.
you are nestled in some shadows. What would you like to do?
Bonus action telepathic speech with Krong and say, "The crystal you just destroyed. Do you think fire or cold would do more damage?"
Cold.
Make it
Okay.
make it brittle.
Extra brittle.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Mess up the molecular structure of the mystical bonds that create the crystal.
Yeah.
Excellent. From where I'm standing, I should be able to see this crystal back here. Yes. Cool. I'm going to peek out just a little bit. Ray of Frost.
All right.
That is 24.
24 will hit a non-moving crystal on the other side of our room.
5 cold.
All right. That crystal has taken 5 damage. It is frosty and parts of it have started to flake off, but it is not dead. Interesting approach here as the crystals are taking the brunt of your damage. Marcos and the headless avatar of Kokomar so far untouched. Giraffe.
I am
Currently
going
in disguise as
to-
Isaac still, I believe.
Yes, be like, but I'm your friend. But also I'm going to shoot you with an arrow. Marcos, since you psychically messed me up, I've got a lot of anger towards you. And I rolled a 13, which probably isn't enough.
It flings off of his mage armor. If he was just a warlock in robes, it would have been enough, but he has cast mage armor on himself.
That is all I can do.
All right.
Unless I get up in his grill.
The fragment of Krokomar continues to kind of twitch and kind of squiggle back and forth. That's its turn. Marcos Delphi is next. He is very upset at all of you vis-a-vis the destruction of his lovely crystals. He continues to chant hurriedly under his breath about Krokomar and Krokomar adjacent intellectual property, and faster and faster and louder, and then he stops. And the kneeling avatar of Krokomar kind of gets to its feet and pulls a sword from a scabbard on its back. You can still see like there's still energy moving from the crystals into the ritual circle and kind of coursing up into this representation of Krokomar in our plane of existence. But it seems like that he has activated it in some way. That having happened, I think he is going to throw some psychic orbs at people. He is going to do that with a disadvantage because he's freaking out about his crystals. So I'm going to throw a psychic orb at Levithia. I have rolled a 5. It's not going to hit you. That would be, I think, plus 10 is not going to get you. And
5 plus 10?
5 plus 5 equals 10, I should say.
Oh, okay. I thought
no.
it was 5 plus 10. I was like,
nope.
Oh, no.
And he's going to throw a orb at Krong. I have rolled a more impressive 19 to hit Krong, even with disadvantage.
My shield spell will not protect me. Bring it on.
All right, you will take 10 psychic damage from Marcos Delphi. It is your turn, Krong.
What a jerk this guy is. I will sneak around this crystal, get into the dark corners over here. There's
all kinds of weird shadows. Yep.
I would like to hide, please.
Okay, roll it.
$23.
You are like a shadow yourself.
And I will come up here and sneak attack this crystal.
All right, I'm going to tell you this crystal is not surprised. It's seen what happened to other crystals, but I think it's still an inanimate object and will be in trouble no matter what.
So I don't roll with advantage.
Yeah.
$23.
That'll hit an inanimate object. Tell me about damage.
$16.
All right, it is destroyed. Another crystal is just shattered as you plunge your rapier into a strategic point, and just there's shards of kind of glowing, flickering, sometimes crackling with energy glass crystal shards scattered across the thing. The avatar of Krokomar like whips around and identifies you as like the greatest threat to his presence in this plane of existence. Kron.
Oh, me over here in this half of the room that is completely dark, you mean?
Mhm.
Yep. Well, I mean, at least he is, somebody keeps smashing crystals over there, and Krokomar is going to ask some questions about who's doing that. And
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah.
could probably see, red eyes and a
Yeah.
terrifying mouth full of sharp teeth and that sort of thing.
Levithia, what would you like to do? You're next to a somewhat smashed up crystal, but still functional crystal.
Okay, now I know Krung was hidden when he attacked that crystal, but I was watching the crystals and I did watch it go down. How many hit points do I think this crystal next to me might have left?
I'm going to tell you, you think it probably has about 6 hit points left.
Okay. Boy. I feel like we need to start doing some damage to the dudes.
I think we've put in so much effort on the crystals that we
That's
should just
true.
stay with the crystal thing.
I just don't
Because
think
if
I
the
can. I'm not confident I can actually take out the crystal. And if
Can you
I
take out the,
engage Marcos, he
can you do
won't
f-
kill somebody in one shot.
Can you do 5 damage?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Can
That's
you
the-
like knife
it's-
it and
It's more than my.
short
That's true.
sword
Like
it?
if I use both of my attacks
yeah.
and I hit both times, then I would. So, all right, yeah, I'm standing right here. I will thwack at it with my short sword and see how that goes. That is more than enough on the die because you said it was 13 hit, right?
Yep, 13 armor class for a crystal.
All right, let's roll this different d6 and see if it's any better. It is, because that one's a 6 on the die, plus the more. But you said it was only 6, right?
Yeah, 6. So you
Yeah, okay.
destroy
And
the
then some.
third of 4 crystals that are powering this strange ritual.
Yep. And then I am going to walk up to Marcus Delphi and use my other attack because I know I can't take the other one down with my dagger. So
Okay.
I'm going to poke him if I can.
Yeah.
So, poke. Let's see. That is 16 plus 5 is 21 to hit.
That'll hit a harmless old warlock who's just engaged
Harmless?
in some weird hobbies in his basement.
I rolled max
Look.
damage for the second time this turn.
Some
Which-
people are into ham radio. Some people talk to Krokomar. These,
I don't get any bonus on it, but that's a 4 on my D4. So
he
4
takes-
points of pokey damage.
He looks annoyed about that. All set.
You should be ashamed of yourself, you evil, evil person.
He seems unaware of your words. Xanter.
Okay, Levithia took care of that one, so I'm going to sneak over here to just past where she was, and I'm going to throw this time a firebolt at that crystal.
You cooled it, and now you're going to heat it up.
Really
That seems like-
destabilize it.
Yeah, that's not good for
Yeah.
crystals. Crystals hate that, people. Crystals hate this one trick.
Excellent. 21.
21 will hit an immobile crystal that's just sitting here, fueling
7.
energy into horrible rituals. The crystal heats up rapidly and just explodes with steam and red shards of crystal energy discharging into the chamber. And as you do that, the ritual circle, just like it's like somebody flipped the light switch off. None of the runes are pulsing or glowing with horrible extraplanar energy. And the aspect of Krokomar just kind of freezes and then is gone. And there's just a decapitated, headless body standing there that then immediately collapses to the ground in a pile. Marcos Delphi looks at that, and then like his eyes kind of clear of that weird purple light, and he faints.
Oh.
I'm going to suggest
Where's the
that
codex?
you are
Levithia
out
will
the-
hold herself back from just slitting his throat from where she stands.
All right, I'm going to suggest
believe
you're out of
it's
combat.
my turn.
Yeah, go for it, Jay. The codex is lying on the ground.
I pick up the codex.
You now have the celestial codex that you were sent here to recover.
I really want to poke him with at least a dagger.
I want to go
already-
through his pockets.
He's already, we
It's
should at least
true.
tie him up.
I will tie him up and
his bracelet. Grab his bracelet.
Mhm.
oh yeah, I was
Right.
gonna say I was gonna rustle through his pockets and checks. So
Sure.
I take that bracelet for sure.
All right. It seems like it might be like a thing that he was using as part of like a spell focus. You rustle through Marcos Delphi's robes. He's got 2 spell scrolls on him. One of them is Armor of Agathis, and one of
Nice.
them, we've seen this one in this adventure, is Arms of Hadar. He seems kind of out of it. You hear him he's kind of like murmurs something about like, I just had a really weird dream.
If he starts to come to, I punch him until he's knocked out again.
Okay. The whole chamber kind of trembles and shakes as if perhaps it is not as structurally sound as it was
We should
minutes
get
ago.
out of here.
The
Let's
armor
run.
that's
Yes.
on the avatar,
Mm.
would it fit a bugbear?
Probably. I'm gonna
It
say
would
it
give
does not.
disadvantage to stealth checks, that's for sure.
You suspect that this is the headless body of one of Elra's companions, and it's not magical armor, unfortunately. But so I don't think it would resize to fit a bugbear. So I think that some people may be heading in the direction of fleeing the basement before it becomes
Elra, is this your
a
body?
tomb. No.
Because you were
Um,
decapitated and this was decapitated. I was thinking, do you want this body?
Well, I think that's Zach's body. What do you think? Should we just is this kind of like a burial?
It's exactly.
Yes.
I
like
mean,
a
if the
burial.
I
whole
think it
place
is.
is coming down,
Entombment.
he'll be underground for sure.
An
This is
entombment
what
followed
Zach
by
would have
burial.
wanted. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Are you going to take Marcos Delphi,
Yes.
or are you going to leave him?
Oh yeah,
Are
he's
we, or are
going
you
to
just gonna
be
let him be buried.
delivered. I think we should deliver him to the proper authorities.
All right. And so
Are we going
you-
to look for the great snake? There was a dude on the second floor who wanted a snake thing.
Yeah, there was. You did not fully explore the upper levels of the mansion, so there's some things you missed out on.
We're gonna collect Isaac.
But
as
as you flee up through the cave, up to the basement, and up and out of the mansion, it seems like mainly the serious life endangering collapse was limited to probably the basement and the cave below that. But there's a lot of kind of thundering noises and groaning as the house settles and the ritual chamber buries itself as it is no longer supported by extraplanar energy.
if we burned it down, are there trees and stuff around that could also start on fire, or is it in the middle of a clearing where we could
There's
safely
somebody in
dispose
this.
of this house?
Yeah,
You're going to kill Zara?
yeah.
Oh, I
Speaking
forgot
of
about
that,
Zara. You're right.
Zala, a strange
Zala.
man who you don't recognize, no longer a one-eyed Nothic, but still wearing the robes that you remember Zala wearing, and with just a lot of scrolls tucked under his arm. Kind of coming out of the front door of the house after you, and he's carrying with him, leaning on him. It looks like kind of like a butler who's all messed up, and he kind of stumbles out of the house and into the yard as the house just rotates a good 15 degrees down into the earth, and just kind of looks at all of you with wide eyes and says, "Did you hear that too?"
Because
No.
Wild. Oh, you found Marcos. Good for you. I'm Zala. We met before. I don't know if you remember me.
You looked a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's been a day.
It's been like a month and a half since we met you, to be honest. So
I should probably just mention, I'm not gonna hang around here anymore. But his family's pretty well off, and they'd probably appreciate, him being taken care of. Anyway, nice knowing you. And he wanders off into the sunset.
Taken care of? I'm not sure what that means.
right now I'm
and-
fine with burning this place down.
And so you do.
Great.
You wait.
I
The
have all those
customer.
perfumes and stuff that I
Yeah,
stole.
you know, I think you got to wait like 20 minutes for anyone else to rescue themselves, and then you're clear to burn it down. And Marcos Delphi is unconscious, and so no one is available to testify as to who burned down Delphi Mansion. They believe cult activity, but as you discover when you return to town and figure out how to deal with Marcos Delphi, his family is deeply appreciative of the fact that you did not kill him for his evil deeds, which may or may not have, he was under the influence of Krokomar, and so that,
Wonder how that happened.
he stole a book. That's on him. But they
a book
deeply
to specifically talk to Krokomar and
Yeah.
get under Krokomar's spell and that sort of thing.
We all make
Uh-huh.
mistakes. The key thing here is they greatly appreciate that he's alive and possibly can be reintegrated into society after he's deprogrammed. And as such, each of you is given 150 gold pieces as reward from the
Hey.
wealthy Delphi family, unless you feel ethically like you can't accept
Oh,
that.
hell no.
Yeah.
My parents don't give me a very good allowance at all, which
Okay.
is great.
Everyone's taking the money.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 150 gold pieces each. The Golden Vault does not question your choice to burn down a mansion. They really didn't have any strong feelings either way about it, and it's perhaps for the best that the members of the previous party, that their existence is just kind of erased. Something kind of strange happens by the time you make it back to the city of Arkenbluff. Elrella is just no longer with you. Somewhere in the journey, she faded away. Hopefully,
no,
to
we
a
dropped the
better
head.
place. Or you dropped it. I don't know. Either way. And so the Golden Vault is relatively happy with your performance on this mission, and each of you is entitled to an uncommon magic item of your choice that they will have delivered to you before your next adventure.
Mhm.
Subject to Dungeon Master approval. But the Golden Vault has significant resources and would like to see their keys well prepared for their next expedition. What is the next adventure? Why the next adventure in the Keys from the Golden Vault adventure is a prison break. The next adventure is entitled Prisoner 13. And is a level 4 adventure. Hey, did I mention all of you just leveled up to level 4 for completing
Woohoo.
Yeah.
this adventure? And we have gone slightly longer than usual today, so I think this is where we will end things up. I will mention live stream / bootleg. We will be back in roughly 1 month on October 24th, I want to say, where I guess our
Mhm.
plan will be to start the next adventure, since we finished this one today, which I wasn't sure if we would do or not, but we did. So
Woo.
we did.
Go team.
Look at us.
Yeah. Erica, is there anything else I'm supposed to say when we wrap an adventure? That's the part where I always forget what to do on a podcast, because it only
Yeah, I
happens
think-
every couple weeks or months.
I think basically just, and thanks to all of my players and because
And then
usually you
thank
ask a
them.
bunch of questions. We don't have questions
Yeah.
at the end of this one. Just
There's
say
no
thank
questions to
everybody and
answer.
say join us next time on Total Party Kill, because we don't even know
Alright.
if it will be the next adventure
We don't
that
know.
plays next.
All right, allow me to do that now, and then you can edit that as your heart wants. All that's left for me to do is thank our players, Annette Wierstra, Erica Ensign, Lincoln Hayes, and Monty Ashley. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being Keys from the Golden Vault. And then you say something.
You're welcome.
That's good
Thank
enough.
you.
Tony.
I can't wait to break a prison.
Join us next time on Total Party Kill.
Perfect.
Perfect enough.
We did it.
We did it. I did not think we were going to wrap up this adventure today, but you did it. There's some stuff that you skip past on the upper levels of the mansion, but I will say the main thing that for folks who might run this adventure elsewhere or play it, there's kind of like a mini boss up on the 3rd floor, and you were like one door away from him at several points, and I was like, where the butler has been turned into a horrible hook monster.
Oh, it's good that we missed it, because then the
Yeah.
butler got
We
away.
didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
that was the hook hands that we never
That was
saw that we were warned
the
about.
aforementioned hook hands. Specifically, the butler had basically had the password to the secret door. That so basically, I think it expects that you would have to fight the butler unless you had What is the
Knock.
spell that you did, Lincoln? Is it
Knock.
Knock.
Yeah, knock.
Knock.
To get you past an arcane
We
lock.
just need
'cause
a
usually
Xander.
arcane lock's not easily
I'm necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was like you know, if you had gone, there was a room where there were a bunch of star charts that you could have found Zala's missing star chart, and he would have talked to you more about weird things. But you know, he was intended to be helpful, but not the most reliable source of information.
I think we got what we needed. Like
Yes.
logistically, we kind of learned the direction we were trying to go from him, and that was
And you know,
was good.
there were some other rooms with cultists and bad things that could have happened, but
Mhm.
nothing super exciting. You know, that I think you missed out on. And you know, so this adventure, I think, a little disappointing in that was not like the other
Not as
adventures where
heisty.
you go to a place and you get to case it and then do your heist. This was much more like exploration. I have not read the Prison Break adventure yet, so I don't know. I literally don't know how it works. I think it is set up in a more non-linear kind of fashion in terms of, I think you have control. I literally don't know if you start as prisoners or if you're breaking into. I will learn about that tomorrow when I do some homework to prepare for that.
What
We've
were
all
the
been
two
arrested for
spell
burning down a
sheets?
house.
Well, they would the Golden Vault would put you in with you know, fake identities that were easily set up because somebody burned down a house and they needed someone to take the fall for it.
It was
So,
a service that we provided.
yeah. Thank you. We really needed to. You saved us one step on the
One step.
arson. Uh,
Yep.
So, all right. Anything else we should say or do before I take us off the YouTubes?
I don't think so.
Okay,
What
so-
were the
We just
two
did-
spell scrolls that we got?
They were Armor of Eris, I believe it is,
Agathis and Arms of
Agathis
Hadar.
and Arms of Hadar. So that would be a good thing for you to decide is who is going to take those spell scrolls.
Probably not Levithia.
Probably not Krong either, right? Because it has to be
I
a
bet-
magic user.
I'm
no,
a
you're an
magic
arcane
user. I'm an
charmer?
arcane
You're an arcane
trickster.
trickster.
I'm
right.
still catching up to speed with you as an arcane trickster.
I was
Apologize.
going to do a bunch of mage hand stuff in this whole adventure, but then there was a
You know,
sorcerer
you
that-
opened
so
a
I
lot of
didn't.
doors together. There
Yeah,
was,
you did.
yeah.
That's true.
So figure out who would
I'd
take.
take the Arms of Hadar because then I can swap out my spells at level.
Oh,
I can
okay.
get
You would
something
you
else.
would
Sure.
then drop it from your
Mhm.
Yeah.
your library.
I mean, I take
Ron, do
both
you
if you
want
give
the
them to me.
armor
but
of Agathis then?
What does
That'd be
that
pretty
do?
cool for him to have.
I don't know what it does.
It basically gives him like a cold protective armor that when he's hit, it does cold damage to the person hitting him.
That sounds
Yeah,
like a
it does
Krong thing.
not.
Hmm.
It feels like it should do armor class stuff, but it doesn't.
Mm.
It's more of a
Yeah.
Oh,
reactionary.
then maybe it
Just
should be a
it gives
J
you
thing.
10 hit points.
'cause-
Yeah, that might be more of
Yeah.
That's a tank. I
a
think.
tank thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will take
I'm-
the armor of Agathis then. And we use
Okay.
a scroll once, right?
Yes. And I will tell you, it looks like just reading it, it is probably kind of just a one-time thing that you will use a net where like you do it and then basically you get 10 hit
It's
points
gone.
and then as soon as someone hits you, they take cold damage. So
Okay.
it's not like a thing that's gonna last for forever and ever. So
Yep.
Cool. All right, we got that settled. Your homework before we play again in a month is to level up to level 4 and pick an uncommon magic item that I will probably approve whatever you take, but to run by me before the day that we play. So,
Wunderbar.
yeah, cool.
Fair.